Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss with you the following concepts. A question based on the previous concept. Then we are going to discuss about the process of successive magnification. NCERT example questions we will be discussing, and then exercise 1.4 question number 1 and 2, and laws of exponents of real number. That is what we are going to complete in this presentation. And then next exercise 1.6 question number 1 to 3. I'll discuss that also and its solution. You have to take a note here from this presentation slide that operations on real numbers and exercise 1.5 will be done in next lecture. So let us start the next topic here, that we have a question based on previous concept. Here the question is, there is a decimal value that is non-terminating repeating, and it can be converted into P upon Q form. So according to the question, we are supposed to convert it into P upon Q form. That is, that means rational number, and where denominator Q is not equal to 0 and PQ are integers. So let us see how do we solve this question. First, we need to let the given decimal value to be X. We let it to be X is equal to 3.572 bar, and then multiply both sides by 10. It becomes 10X is equal to 10 times the given value, it becomes 35.72 bar. Then next we have the equation 1. We let it to be the equation 1. Again, we need to multiply both sides by 100 in equation 1, and it becomes then 1000x and 3572.72 bar. Next, what we need to do, we have to subtract equation 1 from equation 2, and we have the subtraction 1000x minus 10x is equal to 990x, and then we have on the right side here 3537. So this is what we have got. The value of x is equal to 3537 divided by 990, and in the simplest form we get the value x is equal to 393 upon 110 when we divide it by 9, numerator and denominator. So the answer in the simplest form for the given value 3.572 bar is 393 upon 110. Now we have on the next slide, we have the concept of visualization. Here 2.5 on the number line, we have to visualize it, we have to represent it on the number line. So we have magnified the number line, taking the point 2 and 3 on the number line values. On the extreme left we have the value 2, and on the extreme right we have the value 3, and in between we know that 2.5 lies between the integral value 2 and 3. So 2.5 is visualized in this way. Now next we have the question, visualize 2.65, which is a terminated decimal value on the real number line, and we have here the 2 3 on the extreme left and extreme right, and in between we have 2.5. But we know that 2.65 lies between 2.6 and 2.7. So we have taken on the extreme left to be the 2.6 value, and on the extreme right we have taken the 2.7, and in between we have visualized 2.65. So you can see here in the visualization slide here how we have solved it. Now next we have visualized 2.665 on the real number line, and here in this slide we have on the extreme left 2 and on the extreme right 3, and we have when magnified here the value 2.6 and 2.7 on the extreme left and extreme right, and now we know that 2.665 lies in between 2.6 and 2.7. So further we need to magnify it, and we have magnified 2.6 and 2.7 further, taking the values 2.66 and 2.67, because in between this we have the 2.665 that is lying. So we have taken on the extreme left in the next 2.66 on the number line, and on the extreme right we have taken 2.67, and in between we have got the value 2.665. So this is what the visualization of 2.665 on the number line, that is a terminated decimal value up to 3 decimal point. Now next we have the NCERT example 11. Here we need to visualize the representation of 5.37 bar on the number line up to 4 decimal places, that is up to 5.3, 7, 7 and 7. So now how to visualize this up to 4 decimal places? Now that we need to understand. First we have taken the values on the extreme left and right on the number line, that is 5 and 6, and now the next point is 5.3. So 5.3 is lying between 5 and 6. So we have taken 5.3 on the extreme left, and on the extreme right we have 5.4. So we have 5.37 in between, and that's what we have magnified further on the number line 5.37, and on the extreme right we have taken 5.38. Now again what we need to do, we have to magnify 5.377 and 5.3778. So this is what we have magnified, and in between we have got the given values, that is 5.3777. So this is what the visualization concept, how we solve it, and how do we magnify the given integral value on the extreme left and on the extreme right, and then the decimal values on the extreme left and the extreme right. So I hope you are getting it and you are understanding what I'm explaining right now. Now here we have on the next important conclusion from these visualization concepts and questions. The first is, in the light of the previous discussion, we get this following conclusion, that is, every real number is represented by a unique point on the number line. Further, every point on the number line represents one and only one real number. So when we talk about a real number line, it has infinite number of rationals and irrationals, but every point that you take on the number line, that represents a unique number. This is what the conclusion from this slide we get. Next we have NCERT exercise 1.4, and here we have the two questions which are supposed to be visualized on the number line using successive magnifications of the number. First is a terminated decimal value, that is 3.765 up to 2 decimal point it is. And the second question is 4.26 on the number line up to 4 decimal places. So first, you need to understand the solution of question number 1, 3.765. 3.7 lies between the integral value 3 and 4. So on the extreme left we have taken 3, and on the extreme right we have taken 4, and in between we have the 0.765. So we have extended, we have taken the 3.7 and 3.8, further magnified it, because the number lies in between these two values, 3.7 and 3.8. So now you can see 3.7, 3.8 on the extreme left and right we have taken. Now further we have here the magnification of 3.76 towards the leftward and 3.77 towards the right side, and we have taken in between 3.765. So here the way we have magnified and visualized, you can understand it, you can have the clarity of it. Now next we have solution 2. Solution 2, you need to do it by your own. Now we have the laws of exponents for real number. These are some basic laws for the exponents of real number. Here if the bases are same, the powers are added. Second, we have the base same and powers are multiplied. When there we have the powers of the powers. Exponent of any exponents are multiplied with each other. Then in the next we have the same bases in division, so powers are subtracted. And in the fourth part we have the different bases, but powers are same, so bases are taken in multiplication within the bracket. So you can understand from all the 4 parts over here what we have. And from the example you can see the uses of these identities. From example 1, 2, 3 and 4, we have the uses of these identities. First case, you can see here we have the same bases and powers are different. So same bases, and when powers are different, we subtract the powers. So in multiplication we add the powers. So first we have the addition of the powers here, because bases are same. So you can see the powers are added. 2 plus minus 5 becomes minus 3. Similarly, the other examples have been solved using the identities here. You can see, and you can see the application of identity. Second, when we have the exponent of exponent, we multiply both the exponents. So 2 minus 7 times become minus 14. So similarly, we have the use of other identities in the third part and the fourth part. Now laws of exponents, then we have laws of exponents for real number. This is the very important slide where we have the root of any number, nth root of any number, and we have the power m of that nth root of any number. So in such cases where we have a real number a that is greater than 0, and mn are integers here, and n is greater than 0, n is not equal to 0 here. So non-zero value n must have here, because it is in denominator. So now here in this case, a to the power m upon n, we have the nth root of a raised to the power m, and the same can be written as nth root of a to the power m also. So here that is the root of any number, any real number raised to the power m. So this is what the concept of radical sign, that is root sign here, and also the exponent concept we have in it. Now we have the certain other identities that previously we have discussed in case of the rational numbers, when we have the p and q in form of rationals, p upon q, or integral form, ratios form. So the same identities are applicable also here. When the bases are the same, powers are added. When the we have the exponent of exponent, powers of powers, we multiply the powers, and so on. In the next slide, we have NCERT exercise 1.6, and here we have 3 questions, and all the questions are to be solved on the basis of the identities that is related with the exponents. So here we have the solutions of all these questions. Solution 1 and 2, we have all the 3 parts. You can see 64 can be written as 2 to the power 6, and then power 6 and power 1 by 2. We have to multiply exponent of exponent. You can see the use of identity a to the power m, then power m raised, and then a to the power m raised to the power n. We multiply the powers, and then we have written here 6 into 1 by 2, and finally we get 2 divides 6 3 times, and it's 2 to the power 3, then 8. Similarly, other questions are raised to the power of 2 here, and then power of 5 here, and have been solved using identities, and identities are mentioned here within the bracket. You can see the answers. Now in case of second question, again we have the use of identities. Different identities have been used to solve all the parts over here, and the question we have the power of 3, that is 3 square. 9 could be written as the 3 to the power 2. Then we have power 3 by 2. So multiplication of exponent with exponent. When we have the power of exponent of any exponent, then we multiply it. We have to multiply m to n when we have the power of a. Then in second part and third part also, there are the same application of same identity. You can see here, and you can understand the answer by your own. Now we have solution question number 3, and in this case again there are the use of application of identities in all the 3 parts. In the first part, we can see that the powers are in rational form and the powers are added, and we can see also this is a fractional addition, and we got the answer 2 to the power 13 upon 15. Now in the second case, the identity that we have used is power raised to the power, then we multiply the powers. This is the same with the denominator. So 3 is multiplied with 7, and 1 raised to the power 7 will be 1 itself. So you can see here, whenever we have the power in denominator, 1 upon power of any number, any real number, we write it as a to the power minus m. So this is the application of identity in question number 2. Now in question 3, we have the solution here again. We have the powers in rational form, and we have done the subtraction because the bases are same and the powers are subtracted. So bases are same. In division, power subtracted, 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 4. We have got the answer 1 upon 4 here after subtraction. This is what the fractional subtraction also you can say. And in the fourth part, again we have the different bases, but powers are same. So we have used the identity, concerned identity here, and we have multiplied the bases, that is 7 8 times 56 raised to the power 1 by 2. So I hope you understood the solution 3. May God bless you. Thank you. Please keep watching JJ Learning Classes. Thank you.